The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of its hosts, guests, or callers, and do not necessarily represent the opinions of WTBR-FM, its management, other producers, or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Cultural Pittsfield Radio Show. We're so happy to be on WTBR 89.7 FM, Pittsfield Community Radio. My name is Jen Glockner. I'm the Director of the Office of Cultural Development for the City of Pittsfield. We have Bev Prentice running the board, as always. Thank you, Bev, for volunteering your time to run this wonderful board for the show. So we are recording this just after the 4th of July celebrations in the City of Pittsfield. And I'm always just amazed and awed by how the City of Pittsfield throws a parade for 2 hours. 2 hours.
Wow.
The parade goes on for 2 hours. It's just amazing. And they set up in the morning. They block the street off. The Berkshire Running Foundation is in charge of the race that starts at 9. The parade starts at 10. And then you drive by around 1:30, and it's cleared. Like nothing ever happened.
Wow.
The crew, people say a lot of stuff about Pittsfield, but the City of Pittsfield workers behind the scenes are amazing. They set the whole thing up for thousands of people to enjoy this parade.
I saw that it was supposedly thousands of people.
Oh,
really?
My gosh. And PCTV is broadcasting live there. It's just, it's a treat. I mean, it's a treat to sit there and watch the parade, and then you drive by, an hour later, and the whole thing's cleaned up like nothing ever happened. So I am biased because I work for the City of Pittsfield, but I'm a resident of Pittsfield, so I do thank the workers behind the scenes who no one sees. No one sees them out there at 5 a.m, putting cones out and doing all the things and cleaning the streets and blowing the leaves out and making it beautiful for you to set up in the median. And we put our chairs out at like 6 a.m, and there's other people out there, and you line the chairs up. Another awesome thing is people leave your chairs alone. Like, they're so polite. You put your chairs out at 6 a.m, and then you leave and come back later, and your chairs are still there where you put them.
Cool.
So it's a very cool tradition, and I am grateful for everyone that makes it happen and for letting the citizens of Pittsfield enjoy it. So a huge shout out to the parade committee, Berkshire Running Foundation for putting on the race beforehand, and all of the volunteers in both of those organizations, and to the City of Pittsfield, the Pittsfield Police Department, all keeping us safe out there and making it nice, and the roads closed, and all of the people behind the scenes. So thank you. And it's July. How did that happen?
They're too fast.
Woo! It's July. So the 4th of July is over. And for us in the Office of Cultural Development, July means third Thursday in July, which the one in June was the earliest it could be on June 15th. And it really threw people for a loop, because even though the calendar said the third Thursday of the month, there were people that were like, it can't be the third Thursday of the month yet. How's it third Thursday? So we feel like July will be a little more peaceful, planned summer. It's July 20th, Thursday, July 20th. And we're super excited. Mountain One is the presenting sponsor. And we have DJ BFG, who will be spinning tunes from the stage and making everyone want to get up and dance. But we also are partnering with Bosque Sport to lead a flash mob of sorts at 5 o'clock. And then Berkshire Yoga, Dance and Fitness, and Rachel Plain will be doing some Zumba action and then some high energy yoga.
It just sounds like too much energy.
I know. No, you also don't have to be a part of those things. You can watch. We encourage people to...
I can do that well.
We do encourage people to be a part of it, but we also encourage people to watch. One of my favorite things in the world is watching the runners at the 4th of July race. And everyone's, I could walk maybe run slowly, but I don't want to. The 4th of July race, I support Berkshire Running Foundation and do a lot of their races, and my kids run this, but I love sitting there and cheering for the runners and watching the runners. So in that same mindset, you can go to Third Thursday and watch the Zumba dancers and watch the flash mob and cheer for them. They could use a lot of cheering. So we are looking forward to the third Thursday of July on Thursday, July 20th, sponsored by Mountain One, featuring Rachel Plain and Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness doing Zumba and high energy yoga, and also Bosque Sport will be out there testing out this new headphone system, but leading a flash mob of sorts.
I'm already tired.
I know. It's going to be a good night with all the vendors out there, and we are doing the beer garden again with Chris Post and Wandering Star. So we're looking forward to that. But before the third Thursday, we have this jazz showcase happening at the Common on Saturday, July 8th, which we're looking forward to as well. And First Friday's Arts Walk is Friday, July 7th, which happens to be the first Friday of the month. And we are thrilled at the Liechtenstein Center for the Arts to have CATA in the house, Community Access to the Arts. It is one of our favorite annual shows at the Liechtenstein. They are an amazing organization, and there's about 160 pieces of art on the wall at the Liechtenstein Center for the Arts. So that is open through July and August at the Liechtenstein, and will be open for First Friday's Arts Walk, July 7th, 5 to 8 p.m. But the opening reception that CATA is spearheading is on July 12th. So stay tuned for more information on that. And of course, lovepittsfield.com and our social media has all of this information. But First Friday's Arts Walk is Friday, July 8th from 5 to 8. There's art making at Berkshire Art Center, live music at Pursuit Park, free kids paint and sip, swing dance lessons at Palace Park, and all of the opening receptions and meeting of the artists throughout the venues. Very, very exciting. And Hancock Shaker Village is doing this cool thing this summer. They're calling it Back Porch Music. That is Berkshire County native C.J. Field is a Grammy-nominated songwriter, and he is going to be featured in the performance that's on July 7th. So lots of exciting things happening throughout the Berkshires. Pittsfield Suns, the hometown baseball team, is having all kinds of baseball games throughout the summer, and they're also adjusting accordingly due to the weather. One of my kids during the 4th of July, when it was like 80 and hot, and then pouring rain, and then a ripple of thunder, and then he's like, this is what we call weather whiplash. I said, I think that should be a meteorological term, weather
Sounds like
whiplash.
a band.
So the Pittsfield Suns is doing an amazing job dealing with all of the weather whiplash in the Berkshires.
Has Wacona flooded yet?
Well, I think it has flooded and then dried up, and then there was some lightning that they were dealing with in the surrounding areas, but they played through it. I mean, not through it, because it was so far away, they felt safe. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm not the one making the decisions on the weather at the baseball game. But we're happy, the Pittsfield Suns, and they have a lot of hometown players, recent graduates from Taconic and Pittsfield High that are on Taconic High and Pittsfield High that are on the team, which is fun to see hometown heroes. Mm-hmm. Once again, this is the Cultural Pittsfield Radio Show. We're so happy to be on WTBR 89.7 FM. My name is Jen Glockner. I'm the director of the Office of Cultural Development for the City of Pittsfield. And Bev Prentice is here running the board as always, which we're very, very grateful for. It is summer. It's summer in the Berkshires, and there are all kinds of things going on in the summer in the Berkshires. We were fortunate to see Cabaret at Barrington Stage Company.
How was it?
Ooh, wow. It was wow. We were blown away. And that is running through July 8th. And then they move on to all of their other wonderfulness. And they have stuff going on, of course, at the St. Germain stage, the smaller stage as well. So Barrington Stage Company is open for the season officially. And Berkshire Theater Group is doing $1 Million Quartet at the Colonial for the next couple of weeks. And then they move on to other awesome things going on through their group too. So again, it's summer in the Berkshires. There's all kinds of things happening throughout the city of Pittsfield. We're excited, as I said, to have First Friday's Arts Walk happen on July 7th from 5 to 8 p.m. But this other group, cohort of artists, Clock Tower Artists, they are also doing open studios on Saturdays. So they are doing monthly open studios May through December, first Fridays 5 to 8, and then they're doing first Saturdays 11 to 4 p.m. And this is in the Berkshire Eagle building on the third floor, clocktowerartist.com. So far, the artists there are Deb Carter, Joni Cholfi, Marion Grant, Caroline Kelly, Bruce Laird, Mark Mellinger, Linda Petrocini, Shawnee Porras, Sally Tiska Rice, Eileen Richard, Audrey Shatnow, and Stephanie Weber. And it's very cool. They've changed this kind of corporate looking floor into these artist studios, and it's a great vibe in there. So they are doing monthly open studios during the First Friday's Arts Walk from 5 to 8 p.m., but then they're also trying the first Saturday of the month from 11 to 4 p.m. And we're thankful that they are open. And they also, if you can't make those, there are self-guided gallery tours. There are typically someone is there Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So if you just want to stop in and see who's there at the time, that is also recommended.
So you can go into their workshops and look at what they're doing.
You can go into the main part, and then there's studios all around the main part. And they are sometimes there. And if obviously if the artist is there, they'll open the studios and let you in. But if not, you can see inside and see what everyone's doing. It's a very cool vibe in there. And the more the merrier for the artist studios always, right? Mm-hmm. We are excited about all of the artists popping up in Pittsfield. Always.
I'm always just amazed by what they can do.
Yes. And the cool thing about First Friday's Arts Walk or the open studios on the first Saturday at the Clock Tower is the artists are usually there working in their studios. So you can see exactly what they're doing and how they create and ask any kind of questions that you want to ask. Going through the list of all the things happening in July, our friends at Berkshire United Way are running a volunteer fair on July 12th from 12 to 3 p.m. at Berkshire Innovation Center in Pittsfield. Of course, it's hosted by Berkshire United Way and the Nonprofit Center of the Berkshires, NPC, in partnership with RSVP, sponsored by Greylock Federal Credit Union. This is a great opportunity to see all of the opportunities to volunteer. We get questions all the time, culturally even, to how can I get involved with the arts and culture in Pittsfield in a volunteer way? And there are many, many opportunities. And Berkshire United Way is a great leader to tell us what is involved. And you can go to their website, actually, berkshireunitedway.org, and sign up to volunteer for all kinds of things, from the farmers market spearheaded by Roots Rising to other great things happening in Pittsfield. So that is happening July 12th, 12 to 3 at Berkshire Innovation Center. Our friends over at Arrowhead are doing this again. It's called Rewritten, It's a play, a performance. The Berkshire County Historical Society will present Rewritten, an immersive performance created and performed by Tom Truce and Matthew Cumby. Rewritten explores the intimate relationship between Herman Melville and Nathaniel Hawthorne through dance, live music, projection, art installations, and text moving in and around the grounds of Arrowhead, reimagining a love story that has shaped American literature. The way they performed this last year and the way that they do it, again, I'm always so amazed at the performances that we have here in the Berkshires. And this is just another example of that.
I had a visual image in my mind of these old men dancing around.
Well, the performers are not old men. They're younger. I just showed Bev a picture, and it is it's cool. One of them is jumping, and that's a very cool image that they're using. This is called Rewritten, and there are performances on July 13th and 16th. Of course, there's more information on the Berkshire County Historical Society and Arrowhead website, which we're thankful that they are partners with us in the city of Pittsfield. Once again, this is the Cultural Development Radio Show, the Cultural Pittsfield Radio Show. What is this?
You can name it whatever you want.
It's the Cultural Pittsfield Radio Show. We're so happy to be on WTBR 89.7 FM, Pittsfield Community Radio. My name is Jen Glockner. I'm the director of the Office of Cultural Development for the city of Pittsfield. We have Bev Prentice here running the board. The Office of Cultural Development is housed at the Liechtenstein Center for the Arts at 28 Rennie Avenue, which we're happy to be hosting Community Access to the Arts for July and August, CATA. They are a group of amazing artists throughout the Berkshires, and the behind-the-scenes faculty and teachers of CATA are also awesome. We will be open for First Friday's Arts Walk on July 7th, but the opening reception for CATA that CATA is hosting is July 12th at the Liechtenstein Center for the Arts. You can learn more at lovepittsfield.com or on the CATA website directly. Super excited to always have CATA in the house. And I was saying off air before we started that I am working with Alex Rechkovsky, who is the director at the Pittsfield Library. We are working with an amazing group of Vietnam veterans at the VVA Chapter 65 in Pittsfield to redo the Vietnam Veteran Memorial mural right now it's located on the corner of West Housatonic and South Street. And we are redoing it completely with the help of Gee Signs, a sign company. And we are going to unveil a new one on the Intertech building, which is at 50 Pearl Street in the parking lot, the First Street parking lot across from the Common in Zion Lutheran Church. So we're super excited to be working. This has been years in the making. I mean,
when you say redoing, you're saying just vamping it up?
No, we're redoing it completely because it has been so long. It was 1990, the last time this. So we're taking what's there and using it as a drawing board of sorts. But this gentleman, Phil Gee of Gee Signs, has really taken this on as a project. He is an artist, and he brought a couple of other artists in-house to recreate it with the blessing of the Vietnam veterans who we've been meeting with monthly again for the last year or 18 months. And really side by side, and the owners of this new building that it will be at, Jim and Margaret Beauregard, it's all hands on deck. We're really working together to make sure that this is an accurate depiction of the Vietnam veterans. It is to remember and honor those 27 Berkshire County Vietnam veterans killed in action. But it really is a piece of art. Because someone said to me, "Why is your office involved in this?" And I said, "Well, it's a piece of art.
Makes
it's a
sense
mural.
to me. Yeah.
It's a mural, and it truly is a piece of art that this sign company is recreating." So we're very thankful that they are taking more time, I think, than originally anticipated to make this beautiful. And we are hoping to unveil that in late July, early August, alongside the Vietnam Veterans Chapter 65, and of course, all of the other veteran communities in the Berkshires and the city, and everyone collaboratively working together to make this happen. But it is an interesting process to collaborate always, but it's such an honor to sit at the table because they have an office on First Street, Chapter 65.
Yeah.
And we really have gotten to know the veterans community, Alex and I, throughout the last 6 to 12 months, because we've been at a part of these meetings, and they're wonderful. I mean, they really are. They're humble and thankful, and it's been an honor to be a part of this project. So we will be thrilled when it is unveiled in late July, early August. Stay tuned for more information on that. This is the mural called Lest We Forget that is currently on South and West Housatonic Street. And the new mural will be unveiled on the Intertech building at 50 Pearl Street in Pittsfield, across from the Common.
Wonderful.
So we're working hand in hand, and stay tuned for more information on that. Once again, this is the Cultural Pittsfield radio show. We're so happy to be on WTBR 89.7 FM, Pittsfield Community Radio. My name is Jen Glockner. I'm the director of the Office of Cultural Development for the City of Pittsfield. We have Bev Prentice here running the board. Thank you,
Ta-da.
Bev. Happy. Big shout out to PCTV, where the studio is located, for all they do for Pittsfield, specifically for the 4th of July parade and the Pittsfield Suns. They and WTBR broadcast the Pittsfield Suns games live, which is also cool. If you're not watching or at the game, you can listen. So we're very thankful to have WTBR and PCTV as a part of our Pittsfield community. We are talking about all of the events happening now that it's July. It's just mind-blowing that it's July.
Time is going by so fast.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. We did talk about Hancock Shaker Village doing these concerts, but they're also doing this really cool thing, sunset celebrations. There's nothing like sunset in the Berkshires. Join us for a fun evening of yard games, barbecue, beer, and a beautiful evening in the gardens of the village. And this is happening at Hancock Shaker Village on July 19th and August 26th from 5:30 to 8:30. And look at that image. I'm showing Bev an image of the sunset from the village. It is true. Someone was just talking about going to watch the sunset, I think from the top of the McKay Street garage. And you don't think about that in the Berkshires, or going, to a higher location to watch the sunset. But It is truly beautiful. So stay tuned for that. HancockShakerVillage.org is Hancock Shaker Village's direct website. July 19th and August 26th from 5:30 to 8:30. Sunset celebrations at Hancock Shaker Village. Stop by the village to drink in the golden hour view, sip a favorite beverage from the bar, and bring your friends for our sunset celebration series.
It's a very picturesque place.
It is beautiful. It is definitely beautiful. And lots of live music happening these days in the Berkshires. Methuselah has music almost every night at their establishment. And then Lift Bistro Pub is doing live music each week, and they're gearing up for their Mountain Day. So that's at Bosque. It's July 22nd at Bosque. And will feature Whiskey Treaty Roadshow, a local favorite who has gone way beyond the Berkshires these days, but they're coming back to Bosque for a concert on July 22nd. Tickets are available as we speak. Someone I was just talking to over the 4th of July about all the things, they were missing winter and skiing. And I said, bite your tongue. I mean, here we are in the summer. It wasn't raining. It was like 78 degrees. The sun was out. It was very funny. I'm like, what are you talking about? Bite your tongue. But we are thankful to have Bosque in the winter and the summer months for all that they do. And the farmers market in Pittsfield is up and running and thriving. They are there every Saturday at the Common from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., May through October. And they really do have awesome things, from flowers to fresh produce to live music. There's chef demos often. There's workshops, children's activities. It is an event for sure to take part in. That is every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Common, featuring local and regional farmers from around the Berkshires, which we love. We talked a little bit about Rachel Plain and Berkshire Yoga, Dance, and Fitness. They are going to be a part of the third Thursday in July. They're going to spearhead some Zumba and yoga at third Thursday, which will feature DJ BFG and sponsored by Mountain One. But they also do community yoga at Anoda Lake. It's really cool.
Have you done yoga?
I have done yoga.
Yeah.
And I go into a yoga class typically knowing the instructor, saying, do not be offended if I fall asleep. Because I often just lay down and fall asleep because I'm so relaxed, or close my eyes. So I miss some of the instructions. That's why I like outdoor by the lake where people aren't paying attention. They don't care what you're doing. They have a yoga class through Kripalu at Tanglewood sometimes. So sometimes I go in the corner again on my mat, and don't be offended if I fall asleep. It's very good practice to keep your inner calm, which is important in all the days. So I would say in most yoga, especially introductory yoga practices, you can go in and say, I'm here as a very beginner, and they'll help you as much as you want to be helped, but it's also okay to not do all of the moves and do what you want to feel.
Does it hurt?
Relaxed. It doesn't hurt. No. It feels good. I mean, it's stretch. It's a great stretch, and depending on the teacher, it's very relaxing because the things they're saying to you are relaxing and saying, leave your worries, close your mind to the excess noise.
They hypnotize you.
They don't hypnotize you directly, but they encourage you to relax, which is
okay. Which
is important. So, and once you get into it, you can do some of the moves at home, in the privacy of your own home. So, it's very good. And again, Pittsfield in the Berkshires has so many amazing yoga places, which we're thankful to have many options. The one, another event coming up in July, before we only have a couple more minutes left, is this TEDx Berkshires independently organized TED event. This is on Saturday, July 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m. with a reception to follow. Tickets for TEDx Berkshires are now on sale. There's a fantastic lineup of speakers that will present solutions and wisdom for the ever-changing world. After the event, join us under the tent for the annual Picnic. Do you know they call it the Picnic? Because
Picnic?
It's Berkshire Innovation Center is known as the BIC. So that now they call it the Picnic. I love that. I have friends that work there, and I love the name, the Picnic. So that's Saturday, July 22nd. Go to the Berkshire Innovation Center website for direct information. And one last thing to mention before we go, which is half hour, always flies right by.
It does.
The Berkshire Flyer is underway. It is coming from New York City to Pittsfield every Friday and leaving on Sunday. The tickets are on sale. And the reason we're saying this to people locally is there are so many people in the Berkshires that have relatives or friends that live in New York City. So we are encouraging all of those people to encourage their relatives and friends to get tickets on the Berkshire Flyer to come visit them. And you just pick them up at the train station in Pittsfield from their journey from New York. And it's so easy. And we're finding that is often the case. People traveling on the Berkshire Flyer are coming to visit people, which is awesome. It's such an easy way to get here via train. So please encourage your friends and relatives to buy tickets, and they are selling out also. So if someone has a date in mind in August or September, this is running through Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, then we're encouraging you to get those tickets as soon as possible, for sure.
Cool.
Yay! Once again, this has been the Cultural Pittsfield Radio Show on WTBR 89.7 FM. Jen Glockner, the Director of the Office of Cultural Development. I am happy to be the host, along with Bev Prentice, who runs the board. We hope you have a wonderful week enjoying all the things that Pittsfield has to offer. And our website is lovepittsfield.com with any information that you're looking for. Thank you so much. Have a great week.